Clap. First. Première. Yellowpop première.
André,
Salut.
welcome back.
Salut le boss de Yellowpop.
Thank you very much for having us in Hotel Amour once again.
Welcome to Hotel Amour.
I mean, to give a bit of background, we started back in 2021, our very first collab with you. With my partner, we decided we wanted to partner with artists, and we chose our favorite artist, which was you back then, and you are still our favorite artist.
Thank you guys.
So yeah, back then we didn't know what we were doing, and we actually discussed about it, and now after 58 plus more collaboration, we collaborated, as you guys know, with many other artists, but we wanted to go back to our favorite one, and that's why we are very excited about Drop 2. And we have a lot of exciting news for this collab, which we're going to disclose in this conversation. And this is a new format. We wanted to try having a conversation with you, learn a bit more about you, for our audience to learn a bit more about you as well.
Cool. That's the secret. You'll see it later.
So yeah, tell us more about yourself. I mean, everyone knows you from different angles. When I say I do a collab with André, or if the guy from Baron, or if the graffiti guy used to paint in the street illegally. How do you describe yourself?
I have many lives, but they're all connected. But yeah, I think what describe I'm a character from the night. Doing graffiti, that's what I like to do. Paint on walls. Artist, I would say, what define. But I like the night, and so it can take place in different forms.
Do you still go out and paint on walls?
Yes, yeah, sometimes. Depending which country I am, I'm still careful, but I still have that in my blood.
Yeah, it's forever, right?
It's forever. The adrenaline is always there.
Yeah, of course.
To go and paint some Mr. A's. Or sometimes I like to define myself as a graffiti artist, yeah.
Tell us about Mr. A, because obviously he's always been the centerpiece of your art.
He's my alter ego, my friend, my companion, and he's been around for many years. I think I painted him first here in Paris, on the walls of Paris, in late 80s, so many decades.
It was your first character. When you went out, it came out.
Came out. I used to go and paint my name.
Okay.
So I was
So this?
Yeah. André, my tag.
Okay, that's the tag, the original one.
That was the original. It changed a bit with time, but maybe I was a teenager, so I was, looking for my style, looking for my letters. I think I had different names, and one day I say instead of having a surname, or I will just take my real name.
What was your surname? We need to find it in Paris. Maybe there is some still
maybe. I think I had few names. I was called Crazy Cat at the moment because I like that American cartoon from the 20s. But then, André came to me as that should be, and he had a little accent on the E, so it was very French. It was a way to say, okay, graffiti, you come from America, it comes from New York, but I'm gonna have a little French touch, so I'll put an accent. And then I used my real name, who was a good idea and a bad idea, because I guess it was easier for the police to find me. But, Did you
ever get in trouble?
I think trouble goes with graffiti.
Yeah, of course.
It's part of the same.
But adrenaline as well.
And adrenaline, yeah. That's what makes graffiti. I think if graffiti was legal, it would not be graffiti.
Yeah. I mean, we are in Wynwood in Miami, and it's legal. You can have a wall, you grab it and you paint it, and it's not as fun because people like paint.
Yeah, it's another perspective. Exactly. I respect that too, but I like I like a bit, taking possession of the city without permission.
What about the colors? I mean, obviously pink is very, very dominant in your work. Is it a special reason for that, or?
It's many reasons. The pink color, it's a friendly color. You can put it next to any other color, it will always match.
Okay.
And it will even be a good matchmaker between two colors who are a bit opposite when they're next to each other. So pink makes everything harmonious. And also when I was doing graffiti, on the racks on the paint stores, all the graffiti artists used to take all the other colors and leave the pinks, because the pinks weren't really, I guess, masculine or graffiti. So it was all those pink colors left. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take them, and those are the ones I started to use, and they became my color. And still today I like my pink.
Yeah, I think when we see that pink, we think André for sure, and it's everywhere. I mean, pink is one of our favorite color. I mean, that's what we sell the most, so it's a perfect match as well. Of course, we are in hotel.
But your name is Yellow, though.
Yeah, that's true, and that's we use Yellowpop for forever, and it was because of the brightness and the feel good, and that's why we like collaborating with people that makes other people feel good, and I think that's also what you try to do with your character. Like the feel good element in your art is very, very
painting in a public space and in the streets of the cities. I like the idea to bring a bit brightness to people. You can question it, but it will. If I can bring a smile to the people walking the street, that's my goal.
Music to our ears. I mean, that's what we do. I mean, we've been doing it for 5 years now. We were not sure when we did the first collab. We can guarantee.
Was I the first collab or not?
You were not officially the first collab. We did a couple of tests, but you were officially the first one. We actually did a shoot, invested time, and yeah, I mean, it was a massive success. We had people begging us after 24 hours to get a neon because it was sold out. I mean, we were kind of locked up at this time. It was still a bit around COVID, and we saw like everything selling out like so quickly. We're like, okay, I mean, we find the secret sauce, like, and we try, and
it's the magic. Like, look at this. Ooh.
Yeah, we talk about this in a bit, but yeah, for sure.
Special.
I mean, for us, we find this amazing product, but we had to find the amazing artists to use this technology and this medium. And let's remove the big elephant in the room, like real neon versus LED neon. Like, how do you, because you were working with real neon before, and it was like part of the discussion with like your audience is like, why use LED? Why did you like decided to partner with us for like technology?
I like real neon. I work with real neon. Is the art of the science, and I still do real neons as like unique pieces, and but they're very expensive to produce and they're very difficult to transport. And if you want to make something that is accessible to everyone, something who would be more popular, I think the LED system was the good solution for that, and make it accessible and shippable. And we can do smaller sizes also.
Exactly.
So yeah, I still think for unique pieces, for neons, signs in cities, and for my hotels and for the places I do, I use real neon because it's a technique for different situations.
Yeah, people think we're against real neon. It's just a different technology which is very hard to work with, and we never work with it. So we just specialize in LED, and we are very happy with it. But you talk about accessibility. Do you think like collab like this give access to, that's how we see it, like giving access to people to art and open like to more people to art? What's your view on giving more access to art to people?
I believe art is for everyone, and art should be, we should have access to it in easy ways, and it shouldn't be just for an elite. It should be part of our life. It should bright up, it should be fun, it should make us question things, think, emotions, you know, it can be many things, but I like it at least to be for everyone. Sometimes that's why I do graffiti. I like that it's free. I paint for free in the street, and people can see it for free. So that's always also why I like graffiti and people who do things in the street.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. We met with Kenny Scharf in LA, and he was telling us that he was painting on cars for free for people.
Yes, I had to bring the cars. Yeah,
he had to bring the car, and last time just by me passed a car at Kenny Scharf in Miami. It was insane. Like, that's how we see our collabs. Is like some people can't afford to have like a real paintings or like go to an art gallery, and we love the idea of having them to have a piece of artists actually passionate about and they love and they can't afford. So for us, it's always been about giving access to people to art.
And the fact that it's a neon make it also playful.
Yeah, of course, 100%. In terms of like the collection itself, like the first collection was very LED. Now we're going to talk about like those new products that I have here, which is obviously like very
the
structural. Vanity, yeah. So it's a
mirror, mirror, tell me who's the most beautiful.
Let's tell the truth.
Character.
You actually wanted to do this like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, but you couldn't do it. So now we managed to do it. Tell us a bit more about this piece, because you've been insisting on this piece. Like what?
No, I always thought that it would be to think just not a neon. I like to think about something that you can hold, and these are elements that you can find in some of my sculptures that you have here, where you have doors, and so it's all like
The structure.
structure slash mirror slash circus slash neon slash nightclub is all those different elements who's part of my language.
We look at the drawing that you did and we're like, okay, we're gonna figure it out, and then I mean we're very
You did a good
excited.
job.
It looks amazing. Honestly, it's heavy.
And it's heavy, it's quality.
Yeah, of course.
It's like
There is only 25 guys, so but yeah, I mean very excited, and let's
this one.
Yeah, let's.
I do it. It's not a pizza, guys.
This is gonna be our first ever light box, which gonna be.
It's also metal and heavy also.
Yeah, very heavy. So it's like, yeah, we had to make it happen. I mean, André wanted to create cool stuff, new stuff, and yeah, it's amazing. We are very excited about those two. Obviously, we have other LED neon with. In Art We Trust, as something we picked up in your guidelines, I think it's definitely, we all align on the fact that art has a massive impact on people's life. But yeah, we felt like this has
It's a bit the phrase with every dollar. In God we trust, like.
Exactly. So, I mean, we're not going to talk about mystery again because it's, but let's talk about love, because obviously last time we did the collab, it was Amour, now it's Love. So
Yeah, it's Amour is
Hotel
love in
Amour, Love,
French.
Amour,
Yeah.
everything. So
It's always been part of my also my themes in my art. I used to do love graffitis, and so we thought a bit this square system with Mr. A, and maybe you can move the letters around if you want, but yeah, love is I think love is the most important things in our life.
what's your, I mean, back in the 80s, what was your inspiration? Which artists were you looking up to, or what?
I was 80s. I was just a kid, a wild kid, trying to find my way. Yeah, some other graffiti that I saw around, who maybe only for people who know graffiti, but like in Paris, you had tags of Bando, Boxer. Those are things who inspired me very much, and also all the comic books I used to read, and the city itself. Like again, the neons, the signs, all the letters you had on the stores, all that inspired me.
Earlier I asked you if we're your favorite collab. You said no, which was not nice, and you mentioned Snoopy. So, I mean...
No, you're my favorite collab as an object.
That's okay.
But working with, collaborating with some other, I loved when I collaborate with Snoopy and Schultz drawings. I love when I collaborated and did art with Futura. I like to work with other artists. It's also a practice who exists very much in graffiti. Artists work together. I just finished a show with this graffiti artist called Mode 2. Collaborating for me, it's also a way to confront my art with other people and other aesthetics, and with you guys also with other objects and creation.
So collab 3 will be Futura and André together.
Yes.
That's a teasing.
That will do. But only one.
Yeah, only one piece.
in real neon.
Nah, not real neon. I took this book because honestly it was amazing. Like the work that you guys have done with your team, I assume I've never seen a book like that. So of course we're gonna take away some sales with this because people will probably go buy it. But yeah, I mean, it's another part of your work. Like you work for a lot of time on this book.
The book was trying to, in a fun way, to show a bit different periods of my life and projects I did.
Amazing piece.
Thank you.
We went into
it's a graffiti life, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I would say like, what's new? What's next? Are you like more?
But this is next.
Yeah, of course.
That's the latest project, and I hope people will like it. I like it, so that's. And you like it?
I love it. Honestly, I mean, because the multi-product angle, like having new technology to play with. I mean, we've been doing LED now.
This,
it's amazing, like seeing like, and maybe it inspires us to do more with this technology, but it gives us like more to play around with. That's amazing. You were in Paris, back then you were in New York, now you're in Portugal, so you're a citizen of the world, but yeah.
I'm a gypsy. I move all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah. I live in a caravan. I live in a hotel, actually, like physically. That's my real reality of life.
We always like to ask like places, because that's, I think nowadays people wants to, after COVID, like people wants to go out and experience, like if you had to give us a couple of spots you like to go hang out, restaurant, clubs, like anywhere in the world, like you recommend.
I still like nightclubs that I still go, it's still part of my life. Paris, here at Hotel Amour and the Book Bar that we now, but normally at night this becomes really alive. In New York, I love the club of my friend Paul Savigny, so Paul's Baby Grand. You know, and each city, Lisbon also is very alive at night, and it's very free still, and the city is still driven by artistic values, and and I still want to discover new places. I want to go to Georgia.
Yeah?
To Tbilisi.
Yeah? Why?
Because a lot of people told me it's really interesting, and you have a really young creative generation who are doing projects. Those cities are not driven by the idea of making profit or money, but just creating experience, art, and moments, and communities, creating communities.
So that comes to my next question. Obviously, art has changed a lot now with social media, Instagram. Like, it's not like before. Like, now people can advertise themselves very easily in second with Instagram. How do you see the art world evolving with all those social media?
I think, again, we were saying before, I would think artists should be accessible for everyone, and if it makes it more accessible, I still love that we have museums. I think all the museums should be free and everybody could go. It used to be the case here in France. People have more access to culture through the social media. I just hope people can create and just understand and have a good taste, just to, like every information we receive, to try to understand it and like it for the good reasons.
But do you think, like for instance, there was a time where you had Keith Haring, Basquiat, Andy Warhol, Kenny Scharf all hanging out together, going out, and became such massive artists. Do you think that's still possible to have like artists like that becoming?
Again, what you're saying is they've had a community. I like the idea of community of artists, community of people, community of creative people who want to change the world, and they were really inclusive people. They broke a bit the barrier of very, let's say, more elitist art, and made it for everyone. Haring, that was all his life, was to make it for everyone. And he was also fighting for the gay community and to try to cure AIDS at the time. Those questions were very radical, and were one of the first and only one to do that. So yeah, I hope the artists, our role is trying to find solutions and put spotlights on things we should resolve and make better for everyone. I think you will have today people will say, oh, they used to hang out together and they made all these projects, but that will not know about it because it's only once we will be.
Yeah, of course. But that's the question people ask us, like, who's the next Keith Haring? Who's the next Basquiat?
I don't know.
It's just like, yeah, I mean,
our interest should be just to like someone and enjoy his art.
Of course, I agree. I mean, for us, we're always on the look for the next artist because we love partnering up with living artists. Obviously, we partner with foundation and estate, but at the end, like having a conversation with you, exchanging on the design, that's what we like because we actually create unique pieces.
When I send you my little sketches.
Yeah, exactly.
And bring them to life.
We spontaneous number that we have to. Yeah, I mean, but that's the beauty of it. Like, you actually come up with something, we create it, and then we sell it to your fan audience, and that's amazing. I think it's really amazing. What could be for you the next product?
With Yellow, I have many ideas. I will send you some sketches. Complicated. We will experience some new techniques. But yeah, I have a few in my.
Well, I know I need to speak with Futura now, and I need to let the production team know that we're gonna have like some work. But thank you.
But that could be fun, a collaborative project.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we almost work on a Basquiat and Warhol one because they did work together.
Yeah, of course.
And that's something we hope could happen. in the future, why not? But yeah, I mean, you are the first, not officially, but at least in art, and hopefully we're gonna do more and more projects together. Thank you.
Yes.